Hey guys, this is my explanation of what I would like you to accomplish and to do for your next assignment, which will be a human rights abuses documentary. And before you get afraid, I do put a minute cap on this. Your documentary cannot be longer than 5 minutes. And this project can be done in a partnership. It can be done individually, but it can be done as a project with two people as well. Okay. So your task is to create a short, emphasis on short, 5 minute max, compelling documentary examining one of the many cases of human rights abuses in Canada. So again, I've talked quite at length about Canada's own dark little past and history with its own human rights abuses, even though we often think of ourselves as the ones on the soapboxes, kind of pointing our finger and looking down our noses at other countries and what they do to certain minority groups. Again, we're no better. And you can do something from a human rights abuse around the world as well. The purpose of the videos, what your video should be aiming to do, is to raise awareness of your topic, because of a lot of the ones I'm going to mention in the possible topics. Again, you're not going to know about them because of simple ignorance. So again, the goal in general of all these is to raise awareness and create the impetus for action. So if I go back just quickly, some of the pictures I put on this title screen, again, they're telling their own stories, but they're telling them for a reason and a purpose. With the Sacred Path to raise awareness of Indigenous issues, especially centering around reconciliation and residential schools and their impact. Coney 2012 was trying to raise awareness about what the Lord's Resistance Army in Africa was doing. Al Gore's documentary, An Inconvenient Truth, obviously wants people to take action against climate change. So again, it's to create the impetus for action. Again, to make your movie, a lot of people get afraid because maybe they think they don't have the technology in order to do this. That's not true. We all have Chromebooks, and this project has been done and done very well entirely on a Chromebook. Because again, Chromebooks have access to a website called Video, and I'll be providing links and demonstrations how to use this website. It's an online cloud-based movie editing software, which can be done on a Chromebook. And I'll provide you a student example or student exemplar of a project that was done using it. Again, if you have access to it, you can use iMovie. Again, that's installed by default on any computer with Mac OS. It actually is on every iPhone as well. I have had this project completed difficultly on an iPhone. Someone did all the editing on their iPhone. It is possible, but difficult. If you have a Windows laptop or a Windows desktop at home, Windows Movie Maker is another editing suite produced by Microsoft, and it's free. So again, do not spend money to make this project. It can be done for free. Okay, so what your video should be about. Again, I would like you, in the course of this video, to answer these 4 questions. So I should have these answered by the time I finish watching your 5-minute documentary. So who are the victims? How are they being discriminated against? And which right, according to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, is being taken away? Be specific. Mention the article number and the name. What are some of the famous cases that demonstrate your particular human rights abuse? Again, so sometimes, again, it's human rights abuse being perpetrated against many people. Pick one person and tell their story. Number 3, what is the role of you and I? Well, the average person in this issue, are we directly or indirectly responsible? Are we a bystander? Again, we know what's going on and we're doing nothing. Or are we simply ignorant because we don't know about it? And lastly, how can the average person help stop this issue? If, again, I was really outraged by your documentary and I wanted to do something about it, how could I do it? Who would I get in contact with? Again, is there a non-governmental organization, an NGO, a charity doing anything to help with the issue? And what specifically are they doing? Again, are they providing financial support? Are they actually going in and maybe filming the issue again and bringing awareness themselves? What are they doing to help? So these are the 4 things your documentary should answer. Okay, the success criteria. Like I said, approximately 5 minutes in length. Don't go, again, I had someone do a 10-minute documentary. That's very hard to do. 5 minutes is more than enough. Okay, voice narration. Again, this can be done on a Chromebook. If you are looking at your Chromebook screen right now, if you look up top, if you don't have it covered, you'll see the webcam and then 2 dots on either side. Those are microphones. So you can narrate using your Chromebook. But when you're narrating, be loud, be enthusiastic, and be passionate. Again, you can't inspire people to care if it sounds like you don't care. Okay, relevant pictures. Again, so pictures of the culprits, victims, lawyers, politicians, anyone involved that you think the audience should know about to properly understand it. And lastly, again, add music. So a lot of the topics I'm going to present are depressing and sad. So sometimes add sad and depressing music or having that as a part of your video can really increase its impact. Or again, but rarely, you can actually have songs that are about your topic. Again, so Reuben Carter was someone who was a boxer in the 1950s and 60s who was wrongly convicted of murder. Bob Dylan wrote a song called The Hurricane. It's actually a very good song to bring awareness around Reuben Carter's wrongful imprisonment. And the Tragically Hip did another one about David Milgaard called Wheat Kings. Great song too. Some of the topics that you could do. So child soldiers in Africa, my exemplar will be about that. Children held in immigration detention facilities in the southern U.S., the whole Trump border wall thing. Syrian refugee crisis, child labor, LGBTQ in Uganda, LGBTQ in Brunei. There are other countries, so if you want to do the LGBTQ in some other country, just tell me and I'll say yes. Tibetan rights in China, privatization of water in Bolivia, starvation in Venezuela, the war in Yemen, Turkish crackdowns against activists, the treatment of Hong Kong protesters by the Chinese government, women's rights in Saudi Arabia, unsafe working conditions in Bangladesh, Burmese ethnic cleansing, the Rohingya ethnic cleansing of Muslims, the Rohingya, chemical weapons in Syria, Qatar in the World Cup, real workers, that has to do with how the workers were treated, the workers who built the Olympic facilities to prepare for the Rio Olympics. The Flint water crisis, my second exemplar will be about that. Child brides and the Chinese treatment of the Uyghur, who are a Muslim minority in Western China. So you can pick any of these, or you can come to me and select your own topic. Again, the rubric. So make sure for completion wise, you're hitting all the success criteria and your video is answering all of the guiding research questions. Again, tell me and I should get the idea that you understand your human rights abuse, your particular one, in depth, in detail. You are an expert in the subject matter. That should be coming across. And your creativity. So again, engaging, informative, and entertaining. Okay, guys, if you have any questions, again, leave a comment on the post and look through my topics and then leave a post on this post and tell me what topic you're working on and which partner you are working with. Okay, guys, have a good one.